The moment her voice cracked, the entire diner froze, though none of the men laughing behind her realized they had already crossed the line they would never walk back from. Her hands trembled as the tray slipped slightly, coffee spilling onto the counter, not because she was clumsy but because 3 men in leather jackets had cornered her between the counter and the stools, whispering threats into her ear while smiling like it was all a joke. She begged them to stop, her eyes filling with tears as one of them grabbed her arm too tightly, laughing louder when she tried to pull away. Enjoying the power, enjoying the fear, believing this place was just another forgotten roadside diner where no one mattered. They didn't notice the sudden silence spreading across the room, and they certainly didn't notice the man sitting in the booth near the window, dressed in plain clothes, calmly setting his coffee down without breaking eye contact. He had the posture of someone who had learned long ago how to disappear into crowds, the stillness of someone trained to observe before acting. And beside him sat a German shepherd, quiet, alert, eyes locked on the men with a focus that sent a chill through the air. The waitress didn't know it yet, but the moment she cried out was the moment her nightmare ended. One gangster shoved her forward, snarling something cruel, and that was when the man stood up slowly, deliberately, as if time itself had slowed to watch what would happen next. His voice was calm when he spoke, steady and low, yet it carried across the diner with an authority that made even the jukebox seem to quiet down. Let her go now. The men turned, sneering at first, sizing him up, seeing only a regular guy and a dog, until they noticed his eyes, cold, controlled, and completely unafraid. Snorts. The German shepherd rose beside him, muscles tight, ears forward, not barking, not growling, but radiating a warning older than words. One gangster laughed nervously and took a step closer, reaching into his jacket, and in less than a second, the world changed. He moved with terrifying precision, disarming him before anyone could blink, slamming him onto the table as cups shattered and screams erupted, while the dog lunged forward, pinning another attacker to the floor without a single bite. Pure dominance and training on full display. The third man tried to run but froze when the German shepherd snapped its jaws inches from his face, eyes locked, daring him to move. The diner filled with shock, disbelief, and silence as the man restrained the last attacker with effortless control, never raising his voice, never losing composure. Only then did he pull out his identification, flashing it briefly to the stunned onlookers. Former Navy SEAL. He turned to the waitress, now shaking but safe, gently placing his jacket around her shoulders, his voice softer than anyone expected as he told her it was over, that she was safe now. When police arrived minutes later, the gangsters were handcuffed, humiliated, and broken, while the man and his German shepherd returned quietly to their booth as if nothing extraordinary had happened. But everyone in that diner knew the truth. Evil had walked in believing it was untouchable and had walked out in cuffs, because it underestimated the silent guardians who never announce themselves, but always show up when it matters most.